CM 365, all about Carnatic music.
We all know that Sri Muthuswami Dikshidhar was a great Srividhya Upasaka. Today I thought I'll share something about what this Srividhya Upasana actually means. Sri Muthuswami Dikshidhar was an ardent follower of the Srividhya cult. And in the Sangeetha Sampradaya Pradarshini of Subbarama Dikshidhar, we find that there is a mention about how the saint Chidambaranatha Yogi actually gave initiation to Dikshidhar into Srividya at Manali, which is near Madras. And later what happened is that he took him to Banaras and along with him, and here he continued giving him that initiation. And Dikshidhar actually practiced this Srividya and obtained what is known as Ashta Maha Siddhis. It was after Dikshidhar actually attained this kind of culmination of his Upasana that the yogi allowed him to actually return to Tamil Nadu. Srividya name of yogi actually is Srinatha, and the same Srividya name of Dikshidhar happens to be Chidananda Natha. So, and interestingly, both these words occur in the first composition of Dikshidhar, if you have observed, in Mayamala Gola as Srinathadi Guru Guha Jayati Jayati Sri Chidanandanatogam Iti Santatam Hridini Bhaja. So the names of the yogi as Srinatha and Dikshidhar as Chidanandanatha are seen in the very first composition. Now, Srividya believes that there are several supernatural powers which could be obtained by men contemplating on the minor goddess in the outer enclosures of the citadel, in center of which is seated the supreme goddess who is also supposed to be the embodiment of all the powers. If you look at this Sri Chakra, it is actually a unique yantra, a mystical diagram believed to possess magical powers. The spiritual ascent of the worshipper is from actually the circumference to the inward aspect of the whole thing actually. And here again, each deity is supposed to have one yantra. The devatas actually here have the different avarnas, and they are known as the Prakata Yogini, Gupta Yogini, Guptatara Yogini, Sampradaya Yogini, Kulottima Yogini, then Nigarbha Yogini, Rahasya Yogini, and Ati Rahasya Yogini, and finally the Bindu. And there are 9 enclosures from the first, that is the Bhupara, to the Bindu, which are known as the Navavarnas. And we know that Dikshidhar lived in Tiruvarur, and so he was a great Upasaka of goddess Kamalamba, the presiding deity of that particular temple there. And each avarna actually has a chakra name, a mantra, and the Swamini or the goddess. The Kamalamba Navavarna is one of the monumental compositions of Dikshidhar, and this is of course based on the Navavarnas of the Kamalamba, that is the goddess. We see that this is based on the 9 avarnas or the Navavarnas, which we call here as the 9 compositions. And in this Kamalamba Navavarna, we also see that Dikshidhar has composed in the beginning one Dhyana Kirtana in Todi. And finally, at the end, we see that there is another composition, Sri Kamalambike in the Ragam Sri, which happens to be the Mangala Kirtana here. So thus, the Kamalamba Navavarna actually is a whole, if you look at it, it is a set of 11 compositions composed on the goddess here. That is starting with the what we call as the beginning Dhyana Kirtana, then the 9 compositions on the Navavarnas, and finally the Mangala Kirtana. This Kamalamba Navavarna is indeed not only very, very significant from the musical point of view, but from the spiritual point of view also, it offers actually immense material for introspection.
CM 365, all about Carnatic music.